What up, all my fight fans? So, Manny Pacquiao, who has a fight coming up for the welterweight championship of the world against Mario Barrios this Saturday. It's going to be a very interesting fight just due to the fact that Manny Pacquiao has been gone for the past 4 years, and we all missed him. We all know Manny Pacquiao is always a great fighter, always in very exciting fights. But it's going to be very interesting seeing his fight this come Saturday. But that's not what I'm about to talk about right now. I want to talk to you guys about the fact that Manny Pacquiao did an interview recently with Andre Ward, and Andre Ward had asked him, "Would you fight Floyd Mayweather again?" And Manny Pacquiao said yes. He actually pointed to the ring right next to where they were doing the interview and said he would do it right now. He is very hopeful. He is active, and he does want that rematch with Floyd. So I want to ask you guys, what do we think about that? Well, before I answer that question, let's just talk about that history. I mean, good God, I remember watching these guys fight after fight after fight, opponent after opponent after opponent, before they finally reached each other 6 years later. And I know we're all going to say it was definitely Floyd that kind of stalled. It was Floyd that made excuse after excuse, or has made Floyd that pretty much did accusation regarding Manny Pacquiao with steroids, Manny Pacquiao that he didn't want to do no kind of blood tests before the fight, and then there was all these different accusations of blood tests 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before. Manny Pacquiao afraid of needles. There was just so much build up to that fight, which led to being the biggest fight of boxing history. Definitely, and rightfully so. It was. It was the biggest fight in boxing history. Was it the greatest fight in boxing history? No, I would not say that whatsoever. We do look at that fight now. I've looked at that fight multiple times, and Floyd Mayweather definitely did win that fight. But again, I do feel like the fight would have been totally different if the fight would have took place back in 2010, when Manny Pacquiao was just on this rise of, he was just demolishing opponent after opponent after opponent, from Ricky Hatton to Oscar De La Hoya to Miguel Cotto to Antonio Margarito. I mean, the guy was a beast. He was really a beast, and I can understand why Floyd Mayweather wasn't he wasn't in a rush to face Manny Pacquiao. So when they did fight each other, Manny Pacquiao definitely did look a lot slower. Manny Pacquiao's movement was a lot slower. Manny Pacquiao speed was a lot slower, and his power wasn't necessarily as great as it was. Now, Floyd fans, and I respect Floyd Mayweather, the fact that his skill level, his ability, he is a legend in the ring, 100%. I also respect his training. The fact that he's always keeping in shape, the fact that he's always training, the fact that he's always doing his best to stay at his best when he was competing. That is a very, very professional way to look at things when regarding talking about Floyd Mayweather, because you can look at so many athletes who feel like they're just on the best of the best. They don't need to train. They don't need to do anything. They're just this God's gift. Yes, Floyd Mayweather had thought that. Floyd Mayweather had that mindset, but he still did his best. He never overlooked an opponent. He never really basically felt like an opponent was just way too easy for him. Even though on paper, on stats, straight up and down, Floyd Mayweather was better than most of his opponents, and he always treated like they were very, very dangerous. So that's something you got to respect. But nonetheless, Manny Pacquiao going into that fight was a much older, because he had been through much more wars. A lot of people don't look at that when it comes to ring years are different than your regular age years. Fighting years is much different than your age. It's like a car. Just because you have a 2023 Ferrari and you have a 2010 Ferrari, or whatever the case may be, but that Ferrari has been in multiple wrecks and been messed up multiple times, but they both look good. Yeah, one car is not going to be as good as the other. Yeah, they probably are both, like, that's a bad example. Let's just say they're both 2015 Ferraris, both of them. But one has been through a wreck, one hasn't. So yeah, by the time those two race each other, one car is going to be a little bit more damaged than the other car. And that's what I saw when regarding the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao had been knocked out by Marquez. Manny Pacquiao lost a few decisions. Manny Pacquiao went through a bit of a transition. And of course, as you get older, the things that go away are your reflexes and your speed. And that is something that happened with Manny Pacquiao. Where Floyd Mayweather, he was always a defensive fighter, very much a counterpuncher. He wasn't somebody that was known for throwing a lot of shots, a lot of power punches, or anything like that. He was very much for taking his time. And again, you got to give Floyd credit. He was able to take care of himself and not be in any kind of wars where he took on that much damage. But again, 6 years later, what are you going to do? Manny Pacquiao, that's just his style of fighting. So Floyd Mayweather took advantage of that, and he did win that fight. Now, you cannot also deny the fact that it does sound like we're making a bunch of excuses for Manny Pacquiao. Yes, it does. But these are not just excuses, these are facts. Manny Pacquiao was a little bit more older. Manny Pacquiao went through the wars. And Manny Pacquiao had to go through, well, not recently, but right after that fight, had to go through shoulder surgery. That fact that Manny Pacquiao was potentially even going to get sued because of the fact that he went into the fight hurt. You know, he was 3 weeks out, and he was saying, "Oh man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna want to take this fight or take place, want the fight to take place because of his injury and whatnot." Honestly, yeah, 100%. But Manny Pacquiao said, "You know what? The fans been wanting to do this. The fans been waiting to see this. So I want to make it happen." And you could see that Manny Pacquiao was just not quite the same Manny Pacquiao in that ring. Still, Floyd Mayweather did his job. Floyd Mayweather looked really, really good. Floyd Mayweather won the fight by a unanimous decision. Manny Pacquiao still did do really, really good. He did throw a lot of shots. He did hurt Floyd Mayweather quite a few times. You know, so at the end of the day, does that fight deserve a rematch? 100%. 100%. Right now, no. Right now, I mean, these guys are so much more older. Yes, Manny Pacquiao is coming back for a welterweight shot. We're going to see how he looks. Floyd Mayweather has kept himself busy with exhibitions. He has not fought at a high competitive level since, I want to say, 2015, possibly. So, yeah, I don't necessarily want to see it. Will I see it? Sure. Is it going to be as big as the first one? No, not even close. But it is going to be interesting to see how this fight were to take place. I mean, it's still just due to the fact that they're much more older now, and the fact that they're not, Floyd Mayweather is doing exhibition after exhibition and not fighting at a competitive level. I don't see Floyd Mayweather wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao. Honestly, I really don't. I think he's happy with the way his career is. He is 100% satisfied how everything went down with his career, how everything went down with the Manny Pacquiao fight. So I don't know exactly what Floyd would want to do. Maybe I could see him wanting to do Manny Pacquiao with exhibition, because I feel like Floyd Mayweather's zero is just means so much to him. It means so much to them. I believe making money and keeping that zero, being the fact that he can say, "Oh, I'm undefeated, no fighter has ever beat me," means a great deal to him. And I think that's why Floyd Mayweather really did his best to really, really pick his fights carefully in his later years when he was able to control his career. He did not want to take on anything too crazy dangerous, did not want to take on anything too crazy that was going to make the odds against him. And, you know, that's why we got the Manny Pacquiao fight late. I do feel like that fight should have happened right after. I do feel like a rematch should have happened instead of the Andre Ward fight and instead of the Conor McGregor fight. Would have, again, be as big as the first one? Not necessarily, but it would have made way more money than both those fights put together, because of how competitive those guys are, how great of a level those guys are. It wasn't as if Floyd Mayweather dominated Manny Pacquiao. It wasn't as if Floyd Mayweather completely shut Manny Pacquiao out, and it wasn't as if Floyd Mayweather knocked out Manny Pacquiao, because that wasn't the case. You know, it wasn't the case at all. It was still a bit of a competitive fight with some unfortunate incidents that did take place before the fight. You know, so will I want to see it again? Again, yes. Will it happen? We do not know. Should it happen? I don't think so. I mean, it depends on what Manny Pacquiao wants to do with his career. If he wants to still stay active, because in that interview, he did mention to Andre Ward that he missed boxing. Being away for 4 years really made him miss boxing. He wants to be a little more active again, and he wants to keep things going again. But we all know that the welterweight division isn't the way it used to be. It's probably the weakest it's ever been in quite some time. And he could always go down to 140. Would I want to see him against Gervonta? Would I want to see him against Ryan Garcia? Maybe a Teofimo Lopez, a Devin Haney? Sure. It would kind of be a little unfortunate just due to the fact that these guys are young up-and-comers who want to make a name for themselves. And what better way to make a name for themselves than knocking out Manny Pacquiao? But unfortunately, if Manny Pacquiao wins, well, that kind of makes things a little different for the younger guys. So who knows what's going to happen, but this Saturday, definitely don't miss it. Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao, the return. Definitely looking forward to it, guys. Let me know in the comments on what you think about Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao going toe-to-toe one more time. Who knows whether it will happen, whether or not it won't happen. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.